Welcome to the Three Peas in a Pod.
I'm Patches.
I'm Paddles.
And Cuddles.
Today marks a special achievement for us. This is going to be our first episode where we're going to talk about the topics we love. Patches here is going to talk about sports. Myself, I'm going to talk about TV shows. And Paddles here is going to talk about music. On to you, Patches.
Thank you, Paddles. Now, before we begin, I would like to apologize to all the football fans across the world. This was for NFL Sunday Week 11. I know you guys have probably watched the games. You already know the scores. But I will update that as soon as possible. But I will tell you what the records of the teams were for before Week 11. So let's start with the Saints and Panthers. Panthers beat the Saints 23-20 on Thursday night. The 2-7 Bears took on the 6-3 Giants. The 2-7 Jaguars took on the 5-4 Lions. The 4-5 Buccaneers took on the 7-2 Chiefs. The Titans at 5-5 took on the Colts at 4-5. The Bills at 4-5 took on the Bengals, who were 3-5-1. The Steelers took on the Browns. Steelers were 4-5. Browns were 0-10. The Cardinals took on the Vikings. Cardinals were 4-4-1. Vikings were 5-4. Ravens were 5-4, taking on the Cowboys at 8-1. Dolphins faced the Rams. Dolphins were 5-4. Rams were 4-5. Eagles against Seahawks. Eagles were 5-4. Seahawks 6-2-1. Patriots faced the 49ers. Patriots were 7-2. 49ers were 1-8. And Packers taking on the Redskins. Packers were 4-5. Redskins were 5-3-1. And finally, the Texans at 6-3 took on the Raiders at 7-2. And now to present our favorite teams. Here's my favorite team, the Seattle Seahawks, as you can see. Paddle's favorite team is the Houston Texans. And Pedal's favorite team is the Baltimore Ravens. Again, fans, I apologize for this delay. But of course, I will get this done as soon as possible. And for the time being, I will be ready for the next schedule and be on time for that. On to you, Paddles.
Thank you, Patches.
You're welcome.
Where do I begin about TV shows? I'm not going to say I'm a master of TV shows, but I do call myself a TV show analysis simply because I actually watch the episode from the first second to the last second. I never skip a scene. I always watch it. I never text while I'm watching a show. I never eat something while I'm watching. I don't even drink anything or go to the bathroom. I focus on the episode from the first second to the last second. That way I actually can remember the episode. Currently, Patches and I are on Grey's Anatomy Season 11, Episode 6. So far it's been a really good season. I mean, we have lots of new changes, some new faces, but some old faces as well. But since this is the first episode, I wanted to basically tell you how old I am of this TV show collecting. I started doing this on Christmas of 2004. That was, 12 years ago? I was 15. And the first two shows I got were actually Seventh Heaven and Survivor. At the moment I have Survivor seasons 1 through 25, but for Seventh Heaven I have the whole series. Since Andrew and I got married, I don't call my shows anymore. It's now Andrew's and I's show. So we watch shows together, and especially how I wanted him to watch Grey's Anatomy with me because the season 6 finale was very intense. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to say what happened because in case you wanted to watch the show but you never had the time, watch it with a buddy or your loved one. Just advice there. Mm-hmm. And because of that reason, I asked Andrew Patches if he can watch. Sorry about that, folks. I'm so used to calling Patches Andrew on a daily basis, not Patches. But Patches and I watched Gotham together, and so now we're just going to watch all kinds of shows together, and it's a lot more funner that way. You're excused. at the latest, well, currently Grey's Anatomy is on their 13th season, which is amazing. We have had some changes. We have some new characters. We have some old people coming back. But there's one main star who left since season 2. She's missed, I know, and hopefully she comes back soon in guest star appearances. Also, I'd like to really know what you viewers think about your favorite seasons were and who you wish that your fellow star was still in the show. I personally like Lexi Gray. I felt like she was an underdog, and yeah, she had lots of love interests, but she was my favorite. And now she's actually on Supergirl as Supergirl's stepsister, so that's kind of awesome in that sense to see her from doctor to CSI agent, CIA agent. It's so incredible to see that. So I'll talk more about TV shows as the days go by, but at the moment we're just watching Grey's Anatomy. So if you have any other shows you would like us to watch, we'd be more than happy to watch. We don't have cable, unfortunately, but we do have Netflix. So if you have Netflix ideas, we'll definitely take a look at that. Thank you for your time. On to you, Petals.
Thank you, Paddles.
You're welcome.
Now, as I said before, I'm going to talk about music. And the type of music I listen to ranges from classical all the way to rock, all the way to, yes, even Disney songs, because I'm a big Disney fan. But for now, I'm going to talk about easy listening. I'm going to talk about three different kinds of composers. The first one I'm going to talk about is John Williams, who composed, of course, these three famous movies, including Indiana Jones, Star Wars, and, yes, Jurassic Park. All very old movies. And what I like about this music is that it takes you to a world full of adventure and wonder. And I'm gonna play this theme song for Star Wars because it's a classic. But I'm not gonna play the whole thing because that would take up so much time. I'm just gonna show you like a little clip of it. And yes, this movie did come out in 1997, which is, wow, really old. But still, like I said, it's a classic. And I hope you enjoy this little clip. Again, that was Star Wars, which I'm sure a lot of people know, and that was a theme. And now I'm going to talk about a second artist named Helen Jane Long. This one's completely different from John Williams. In fact, that her music is like, it doesn't take you to far adventures and wonder, but it's very soothing and it can be very powerful. It's got upbeat tones, it's got mellow tones, and I was introduced to her music, Helen Jane Long's music, by Katie, aka Paddles. This artist is very important to me because her albums Embers and Porcelain are her favorites, and actually the song that I'm about to play was played during Paddles and Patch's wedding, which I attended as a maid of honor. So it's very important to me. And now I'm going to play the track to Dust by Embers. The album Embers. And once again, I hope you like it.
I don't know if I showed you, but this is what season 11 DVD case looks like. Probably did already show you, but who knows. And that's the front. There's the Space Needle with Meredith. And then here is the back of it. Usually they have like all the stars on the box, but since season 11 and 12, they just have Meredith's face on it. I didn't know if I described that or not. So Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your segment.
It's alright. And I'm gonna play To Dust. Again, that was the song To Dust from Helen Jane Long, and the album was Embers. And now the last artist I'm going to talk about is Sleep Thief. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a little fun question that I forgot to mention or ask. Does this track actually remind you of the music theme for Downton Abbey? I would like your thoughts and comments about that. And now to the third artist, Sleep Thief, which is an American band formed by producer and composer Justin Elswick. This is both a mix of easy listening and electronica. Again, just like with Helen Jane Long, their music is really, it has soothing moments, it has upbeat songs, it's fun to listen to, especially if you want to just relax and read a book or something. And it's full of powerful emotions. The track I'm gonna play is Skimming Stones featuring Christy Hawkshaw from the album Labyrinth Heart. And again, I hope you like it. And again, that was Skimming Stones featuring Christy Hawkshaw from the album Labyrinth Heart. Now, the last thing I'd like to talk about this song is that what it means, or at least what the lyrics mean. This song is about a person who has had love but lost it and was wishing that he or she had it back again. And it's full of nostalgia. And I like the song because I feel a lot of people can relate to it. And even if they can't, it's really still soothing and enjoyable to listen to. And that's it for my selection, but I would love to hear your requests or your comments, and feel free to let me know, and I will play the songs and I will listen to them and give you as much feedback as I can. Thank you.
I guess that covers all our topics for today.
That it does. And we thank you for watching this episode. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing and commenting. Once from the 3 P's in a pod. From me, Patches.
From me, Paddles.
And from me, Petals.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.